Coronavirus is for people who...
The president has welcomed the decision by the DA to take government to court. President Cyril Ramaphosa says the party is within its rights to do so.
We did say right from the beginning that all of us will be required to make some sacrifices as we deal with this health challenge, which has also turned out to be an economic challenge. Our constitution is a very robust constitution. It allows anybody, and our legal system, it allows anybody who is aggrieved to have the right to approach the courts. And a number of people have done so. They've exercised their rights to approach the courts, to put their cases before the courts, and some have succeeded and some have not succeeded. It is a right that every South African has, and even I as president could never stand in the way of anybody.
Earlier on Thursday, the opposition announced its next move after the president's announcement Wednesday evening. It argues that government has failed to outline exactly what the stages of the regulations mean. In a briefing, DA's John Steenhuisen asked for clarity on the president's address on the way forward for the country under the lockdown. He argues that President Cyril Ramaphosa fell short in addressing the country's biggest concerns. DA interim leader says his next step is the court to test the legality of the regulations by government.
Well, rules and regulations should be applied that make sense in terms of combating the virus and dealing with the health pandemic. Many of these regulations that have been published by government over the course of the last few weeks, unlawfully so, I believe, have absolutely no impact on fighting the virus and are there to make the security services' lives better.
Civic organization Abahlali Basemjondolo also weighed in. The organization says the continued adherence to level 4 of the national lockdown is hurting poor people.
He wanted to ensure them that he still represents their interest. The president did not say anything new to the poor and the working class.
Despite calls for the easing of the regulations, the South African Communist Party has backed government. The SABC says it is satisfied with the manner in which government is tackling the COVID-19 pandemic.
The president has taken the nation into his confidence. He presented the roadmap with regard to the way forward from the current nationwide COVID-19 stage level 4 lockdown to a lower stage level 3 lockdown, in terms of which there will be regional differentiation guided by scientific analysis and increased economic activity.
Meanwhile, political analyst Susan Boysen says, while there are different views on the issue, there is much the president can do under this situation.
He has to strike, and this is where being authoritative can be so important, to strike that balance between what is essential and what is nice but important to keep people in line.
The DA interim leader says the party will file court papers to challenge the constitutionality of the Disaster Management Act on Friday. Nhlanhla Khatlhane, SABC News, Johannesburg.